There we go. Just realized that my input device wasn't configured correctly. So not sure if anybody heard the commentary that's been going on. But we currently have Miller, Gardner, and Marquardt as our 1, 2, and 3 positions here at the Slide Jawb Race League 87 Cup Series. This is the race number 1, week 1 here at Daytona. And it's going to follow the 1987 schedule. We'll get into the rules here of the league in just a little bit once we finish watching Robert Lukens qualify. Finishing up his first lap here. And it looks like he ran a 45.088 for lap number 1. That's going to put him in 20th position. Hoping that we can knock off a couple tenths of a second here and gain a few more spots. Thank you, Nuclear Bubble. See if we can't turn it up a little bit. Still trying to find the happy medium between engine sounds and the voice for the commentary. Let me know if that's a little better. And Robert Lukens here looks to be the last person qualifying. And looks like he's going to get a 45.040 as he goes up into the wall. Hopefully that car is still drivable, as I believe if you wreck out of qualifying, there is no coming back and you will be disqualified from the race. It appears that qualifying is over. Another minute or two until we can begin gridding here at the Daytona 200, round number 1 of the Slide Jawb Race League 87 Thunder Series. Let's go ahead and take a look at our league rules real quick. This is going to be a fixed setup series using the default iRacing setups for the tracks that have them. Still not sure if they figured out what they're doing when they don't. This will be 50% fuel capacity limited, as it's 50% of the race length of the 1987 season. Tried to force a couple of more pit stops there. This race today will have one fast repair. That's only going to be a rule for super speedways. Most weeks you will not see a fast repair on these cars, so they'll have to be sure to keep them extra clean. Today, though, with the things work at Daytona and Talladega, we'll unfortunately probably see a couple more accidents. So that fast repair will let these drivers get back out on the track. We will be doing double file restarts. Lap cars will be on the inside, and back similar to back in the 87 season, there will be no lucky dogs or wave arounds. Let's go ahead and look where everyone ended up on the grid real quick. We have a JW Miller. He is going to be sitting on your pole position in the Chevrolet machine with a 44.610. That's going to be our fastest qualifying time of the day. And then second position is Jason Gardner out of Carolina. We have Joey Marquardt in the third position. And Tanner Long in the fourth position. All of them will be driving the Chevrolet except for Jason Gardner. He's in the Thunderbird. In fifth position is Curtis Granger out of Canada. Brandon Holycross is going to be in sixth position. Eric Mickey is in seventh position. Will Ricard in eighth. Doyle Lawrence in ninth. And Rob Laliberte in 10th position. Continuing on, we have Keith Calhoun in 11th. Shane Minish in 12th. Corey Cook 13th. Caden Atkins in 14th. Josh Kiwis in 15th. Marvin Turnmeyer Jr. in 16th. Bill Dart in 17th. Bruce Pearson 18th. Christopher Kiwis in 19th. Robert Lukens in 20. Robert Land 21. Noah Mayuri 22. Davey Hendricks in 23rd position. Julio Cesar Campanoni in 24th position. Dylan Parker in 25th. Frank DiMaggio is all the way down in the 26th position. Scott Patton will be in 27th. Diego Ascenso in the 28th spot. Dane Cruz in 29th. Marquise Smith out in 30th. Andy Moore in 31st. Bryson Clark in 32nd. Corey Staunharzer in 33, as it looks like we are exiting pit road. Finishing up there, we have William Martin in the 34th position, Zach Probst hanging down back in the 35th, Cole Gray in the 36th, Mike McMillan 37th position, and ending us off there in the back is Jacob Locklear in the Ford Thunderbird machine at 38. 38 cars here at Daytona, and we are getting ready here, so let's go ahead and take a look at our leaders. Pace car is still out as we take a look at J.W. Miller, who's going to be in our first position as we get things started here at Daytona. Looks like he blinked there a little bit. Hopefully we don't have too many connection issues there from Miller. Could get a little interesting for the guys there behind him. It's always fun trying to figure out where that blinky person may or may not be on the track. There we go. It sounds like I lost my desktop audio there for a minute. Hopefully it was coming through on the stream. And the pace car is off. We're just moments away from race action here at Daytona with these 87 Cup cars. And we have the green flag bringing us to lap 1 of 100 here at Daytona. Currently following J.W. Miller. He qualified on the pole position in that Miller Light machine. As the drivers enter turn 1, we still have Miller in the lead, followed closely behind there by Marquardt in the 37 Snap-on machine. That is a very nice blue Snap-on paint job. Don't know if that is retro or not. Never seen one of those. We still have Miller in your lead, but the 37 car is getting a nice push from the 42, and it looks like he has taken it. We currently have Marquardt first, Miller second, Long in third, as we are approaching lap number 2 here at Daytona. See if we can't zoom out here a little bit and get a little more picture of the rest of the field here as we move on to the second lap. Sounds like we have a little bit of people going into the wall there. No caution out though. Let's go ahead and see if we can't take a look at more of the middle of the field. Here's Josh Kiwis, currently in 12th position in the 88 machine, that Hellman's paint scheme, as the Busch car loses control a little bit there. 21 machine, I believe that is Eric Mickey. Drove over the grass there, but was able to save it. Go ahead and look at Keith Calhoun now in our 9th position. Started 11th, has managed to move up a couple positions, but we are under caution now. Not quite sure what caused that. Let's see if we can't go backwards a bit in time and take a look. Trying to lock onto that Davey Hendricks car. Doesn't look like he is currently around. Nope, doesn't look like we're going to be able to find out what caused that caution. Let's go ahead and just bring us back live. Still have Joey Marquardt in the 37 machine as your leader. There are no tire limits here for this 87 season, so we may see quite a few pit stops if we get a lot of cautions. Let's go ahead and see if we cannot see what that pace car is doing. Looks like the lights just went off on the pace car. See if we can't get a better view from inside the cockpit of the 37 Chevrolet. Uh, Lights are off on the pace car, so we are going to be one to go. Joey Marquardt, J.W. Miller, and Jason Gardner are going to be your 1, 2, 3. Keith Calhoun's worked his way up to the 7th position. Looks like a lot of cars might have been scooped up in that, or they're all currently down pit lane. Let's try to zoom in on Zach Probst. Started 35th, currently 32nd. He's getting some tires down there in pit lane as he takes a moment to get going there. Dane Cruz is also, I'm showing 3 laps down, along with Cole Gray and Mike McMillan. Wonder if Dane Cruz was perhaps part of all that caution accident. Doesn't look like it, but we're about to go green here. Let's go ahead and join our leader once more, as we are about to be off here and green on lap 5 of the Daytona 200. And green, 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 as I believe it sounded like another accident there in back. On that restart, we have Joey Marquardt in the 37 challenging J.W. Miller for that first position. That fight's going back and forth as it looks like the Frank DiMaggio car leaves pit lane. And that 37 snap-on machine of Joey Marquardt looks to be pulling away a little bit now, as J.W. Miller is in second place. That 87 machine of Will Ricard moving up a position, and we will see if him and the 37 work together to try to pull away, or if they battle back and forth for that first position. Let's go ahead and change the camera angle up here. And these 87 cars do get pretty fast. There we see the 206 and climbing for the 37 machine, as Will Ricard makes his move, pulls out of the draft, and takes the first position from Joey Marquardt. Brandon Holycross. Oh, and we've got some connections. Oh, that is going to be a caution. Let's go ahead and back that up a little bit. Joey Marquardt was definitely a part of that. Take it slow there. Not quite sure what happened. The 35 got loose or if he got bumped. So it looks like the 37 might have gotten a tap from the 36 and came down into the 35 machine of Doyle Lawrence. Let's go ahead and just move to Doyle. And Doyle tries to save it and instead comes up into the 88 machine, just causes havoc for the rest of the field. I don't know what number that was in that white and orange car, but that was a pretty sick flip there in that accident. Let's go ahead and take it live. We still have Will Ricard in first, Brendan Holycross in second, J.W. Miller with the 36 machine in third, and Joey Marquardt manages to stay in the fourth position. Didn't lose it, but if we look down pit lane, I'm sure that we have a couple of people coming in with some damage. Yes, we do. We're going to have J.W. Miller, Doyle Lawrence, and friends come in, get their cars looked at. Wonder who's going to be using a fast repair. It's pretty early in the race to be having to utilize that, but sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do in order to keep going. That is the 93 machine, and he is going to be using his fast repair. So is Doyle Lawrence, so we're going to have to hope that they can stay clean for the next 90 or so laps. It looks like... Oh, don't know where that car went. Let's go ahead and catch up here to the leader and go live. Will Ricard, Brennan Holycross, J.W. Miller, and Marquise Smith is going to be your top four. Robert Lukens in the 33 machine, Bruce Pearson, Robert Land are going to be your 6th, 7th, 8th positions. Lights are still on the pace car. It looks like they just went out, so we've only got one to go. Let's go ahead and look at Doyle Lawrence's machine. Looks like he might have used his fast repair too. Let's go ahead and look at the cockpit of Will Ricard. And the pace car is off, so we're about to be green here on lap 9 of the Daytona 200 for the 87 Thunder Slide Jawb Race League Series. That 73 machine of Bryson Clark looks to be down in the 26th position. Will Ricard is going to be your first position. Got the 36 machine getting pretty close there. Looks like he might have even given a little bump. So things start shaking out and people start falling in line here. Sounds like someone else got into the wall and we are going to be under caution again. Oh, that orange and white machine. I believe that's going to be the 93 car of Jason Gardner. Let's go ahead and try to back up and see what happened there. It looks like we have some connection issues from some people there. Don't really know what happened. See if we can't get a better picture from the 35 car of Doyle Lawrence. Alright, it looks to be the 33 car was at fault there. Robert Lukens. See what happened there to Robert. It looks like he might have just gotten up into the wall. And that's exactly what it was. He tried to come down, couldn't quite save it. And next thing you know, we have the 44 and 35 cars getting into him. Ooh, that does not look good there for Doyle Lawrence. Let's go live and take a look at his car. It doesn't look too bad actually, so it might just be the connection issues that someone was having that was making us see what we saw. So we go ahead and look at our leader now, who is Brandon Holycross. Will Ricard and Marquise Smith has worked his way back up to the front. That is not surprising. He had a very good showing last week in their practice race, moving his way up from 30th to 3rd in a matter of 10 laps with maybe at most 4 of them green flag laps. So rather impressive there from Marquise Smith. We'll have to keep an eye on him the rest of the race. Hey there, Jason. It's Travis up in the broadcast booth. How you doing?
All right, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Looks like you're just not having your day with avoiding those wrecks.
Nah, nah. Unfortunately, it's not. But the car's still running, so I'm still gonna go out here and run laps. Hopefully, if I can get a good draft, I'll get back up to the front.
Good to hear. Good to hear. How are these cars handling here at Daytona? Are they loose? What do you think the issue is with all the cautions getting thrown?
The car gets really loose, especially if somebody is behind you. You have to actually let off the throttle, but if you let off the throttle, you'll end up losing some momentum. So it's kind of a balance of how much throttle you want to have while going into the corner, and just too much throttle, back end will come around.
All right. Well, thanks for the insight, Jason. Pace car is off. We'll let you get back to doing what you do.
All right.
And that was Jason Gardner of the 93, everybody, as we are back with Green Flag Racing. Looks to be Will Ricard getting a little loose there, battling the 3 car of Marquise Smith for position. Somehow we've got that 73 car, Bryson Clark, up in that front pack as Brandon Holycross takes the lead again. Marquise Smith not far behind them. Would not be surprised to see those two start working together. Let's go ahead and focus back in now on Brandon Holycross. Currently 4 laps led. I think that might be your laps led leader at the moment. As he gets a little high and up into the wall, hopefully he can hold it and not take out the rest of the pack, and he does. Loses some positions there, but is able to keep it clean, and we've got another green flag run going. Marquise Smith is now going to be your leader. The 73 car is having a little bit of a time holding their line. Hopefully they don't come into Marquise, and they do. Oh, that's going to be a bad day for Marquise Smith, and he's not able to hold it. Caution flag not getting thrown, it looks like, as Marquise Smith's into the wall. That's got to feel really bad, as the 73 machine just took him out. Shane Minish, though, nope, JW Miller is going to be our leader now, as he takes advantage of that slip up by the 73 car who ran up into Marquise Smith. And we will see how long he's able to hold this lead. The 87 machine is right on his tail and might even pull in front of him coming out of this corner. Oh, looks like the 27 machine of Christopher Kiwis was getting a little loose there, but did move up in the second position past the 87 machine of Will Ricard. He's trying to make his move into first. Let's go ahead and take a look at who we still have running. Zach Probst, the 94 machine, is in 10th. He has been able to keep it clean with that 35 car of Doyle Lawrence right behind them. Caden Atkins is in 12th with Brandon Holycross in 13th position. Looks like he might have a little bit of damage on that car as well, so he may have some trouble picking up spots until he's able to get himself down pit road and get that taken care of. Let's go look at the 61 machine of Corey Cook. He is currently in the 16th position, started 13th, so he fell back a little bit with that retro Pepsi paint scheme. And it looks like Christopher Kiwis was able to take that first position away from the 36 of JW Miller. Let's see how long he is able to hold on to it. Oh, and the 95 Macar, Frank DiMaggio, looks to be getting in the way of people, and the 87 came down into him, it looked like. And that is definitely going to cross, I believe that's JW Miller, quite a few positions. Oh no, that wasn't JW Miller. Who is the 87 machine? My apologies there. That is Will Ricard, the 87 machine that came down into Frank DiMaggio in the 95 there. We have Christopher Kiwis, JW Miller, and Robert Land, 1, 2, 3. Davey Hendricks, Josh Kiwis, and Noah Mayuri, 4, 5, 6 right behind everybody. Let's go ahead and focus in on Noah Mayuri in that retro Apple paint scheme, driving the number 8 Ford Thunderbird. Currently in 6th, started 22nd. Looks like they've been able to keep that car relatively clean. As we go ahead and try to take a look at things from Noah's perspective. I'm showing caution flag. I don't believe we're under caution though. Not quite sure what happened there. Are we under caution? Let's go ahead and look at Chris Kiwis. We are under caution. Lap 18 here of 100 at Daytona. Christopher Kiwis is currently your leader. Let's go ahead and take a look at the current standings. About 20 laps in, fifth of the way through the race, we have Christopher Kiwis, J.W. Miller, Robert Land, first, second, third. Davey Hendricks, Josh Kiwis, Noah Mayuri, 4, 5, 6. Doyle Lawrence in 7th place. Jacob Locklear, Zach Probst in 9th. Shane Minish rounding out your top 10. Car 37, Joey Marquardt, he is currently in 17th position. He unfortunately got tied up in an accident a few laps ago. Was in first place, but fell behind a little bit. As we go ahead and take a look, you can see that damage there on the back of that Snap-on car. Until he gets that fixed, he's probably going to have a little bit of trouble pushing his way up to these leaders. But he has 5 laps led, and we have 1 fast repair, so I'm pretty confident we will see Joey Marquardt in the at least top 5 again if he can keep this car clean and keep his head down and have a good race. And there we have the 73 machine up near the pace car again. I still believe they are down in the 20s, 26th position, I believe there. We have Zach Probst falling to 18th, it just looked like. Let's go ahead and look at Curtis Granger, the 77 machine. He is currently in 12th. Started 5th. He must have gotten caught up somewhere as well. Let's go ahead and try to take a look at what the pace car is doing. I believe the lights are off, so we are 1 to green. And the pace car is off. We have Noah Mayuri in the 8 machine as your leader. It's going to see if they can't hold off Doyle Lawrence. As it appears, our leaders may have been the ones who got in that accident. Josh Kiwis, Eric Mickey, Will Ricard exiting pit lane now. We have Doyle Lawrence pushing that 73 machine, currently in 2nd place, and the 84 of Jacob Locklear in 3rd position. That 73 machine has caused an accident once already with the leaders today. We will see how this shakes out, having him up front as 36 pushes his way up. I believe I just heard someone get into a wall. Looks like the pack is still moving though. As Doyle Lawrence takes the first position away from Noah Mayuri, with J.W. Miller now in 2nd place. Looks like Doyle Lawrence is making his move, trying to get that first position from J.W. Currently 0 laps led so far for the Doyle Lawrence 35 machine. He has been racing hard though, so we will see if he can't take and hold on to first place. Got that 43 machine of, not quite sure who that is. It's a 13 machine of Shane Minish. His car is looking a little battered and bruised there. Don't know who he got tied up with. Oh, look at that. Into the 13 machine, the 88 goes, and we are going to have a caution on lap 22. Let's go ahead and see if we can't look at Josh Kiwi's, what happened there. Josh Kiwi's next to the 65 machine. He comes down a little bit and just moves back up and taps that 13 of Shane Minish, and it just looks all over from there. The 88 and the 13 keep on getting into each other. The 88 machine does not look too damaged though. He does look to be diving into pit lane, and it looks like the 37 machine of Joey Marquardt is going to stay out despite the damage he has. And I think that's going to make him your new leader, folks. Let's go ahead and bring it live. And, oh, he's not going to be your new leader. He's actually going to be in 10th position, though, working his way back up. JW Miller is still going to be in first. Let's go ahead and see. Who was the 88 car? The 88 was of Josh Kiwi. See if we can't bring him into the broadcast booth. Do not see Josh Kiwi's. See who he got into. That was the 13 machine of Shane Minish. See if we have Shane here. I do. We do have Shane. See if we can't get him into the broadcast booth. Hey Shane, it's Travis in the broadcast booth. How's it going?
Hey bud, how's it going?
I'm doing probably a little better than you're doing right now. It looks like the 88 came up into you and pushed you into the wall there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was doing there. I got a little bit loose, got into the wall there, and he just kind of ran.
Yeah, it was. Have you already used your fast repair? Or are you going to be able to get back on the track and finish this race pretty quickly?
Yeah, I've used my fast repair. It looks like I've got a black flag to serve, but I should be able to get back out there and see what happens.
Good to hear. How's the car handling for you today? You feeling pretty confident you can make it back up to the top 10, maybe even top 5? Don't know if I was able to get that last bit through, but lights are off on the pace car, so I'm going to have to move you back up there, Shane. Good luck with the rest of your race. And that was Shane Minish. We just had in the broadcast booth a number 13 car. Unfortunately, he got taken out by the 88 and has to get some work done there. But the lights are off on the pace car. We hope Shane Minish the best, hoping to get back out in the race, and we're going to go follow JW Miller for the green flag. Pace car is off. And we are off. Green flag. JW Miller 36 in first. Doyle Lawrence to the 35 in second. And Robert Land worked his way all the way up to third. Go ahead and zoom in on Doyle Lawrence now. And that 35 machine. Looks like we had a bit of a connection issue there, trying to follow Doyle Lawrence. Lawrence Miller Land, 1, 2, 3. Will Ricard working his way back up there, currently in 4th position, followed by Christopher Kiwis, the 27 machine, in 5th place. Oh, we had some people getting loose again there. Doesn't look like the caution's getting thrown. Someone's up on the wall, but it looks like they probably were able to hold it. It's going to separate the 2 packs a little bit, though. Not quite sure who that was in that white car. Might have been Chris Kiwis. And I think it was Chris Kiwis who got up into the wall there just briefly. Looks like he was able to save it, though. Wonder if him and Zach Probst will be able to work together to catch that 2-second gap they now have on the lead pack. As we go back to our lead pack, Doyle Lawrence 35 machine is still in first, followed closely by J.W. Miller. Thank you for the heads up, Corey. I will try to figure out why that may be happening. Hopefully the interviews will come through on the recorded version of it, so we can hear everything when it gets uploaded to YouTube later on this evening. That 5 machine of Robert Land trying to make its way up to Doyle Lawrence. Zach Probst now, currently in 6th position, started way back in 35th, having a pretty solid race as that 38 machine of Davey Hendricks in the outside is battling him for that 5th position. 27 machine getting pretty close there. Seeing if he can't peek around and maybe stick his nose in to make a pass, looks like. 93 machine and Jason Gardner is now running in 8th. Good to see that that damage didn't keep him from running the rest of the race. We are now on lap 30 here of the Daytona 200 for the Slide Jawb Race League 87 Thunder Series. And your current leader is Lawrence. Doyle Lawrence, J.W. Miller, Robert Land. About a third of the way through the race. Your current 1, 2, 3. We'll see if they're able to keep it clean and stay in the top 5 for the rest of the race. Got some puffs of smoke going on, but I don't know if it's just due to a connection issue or if someone is really getting a little loose and getting a little sideways through these turns. The 38 machine there, still battling Zach Probst for that 5th position. Doesn't seem like anyone's trying too hard to work together and catch that lead pack. Let's go ahead and check out the back of this little grouping. We've got Marvin Turnmeyer Jr. as looks like maybe Josh Kiwis got up into the wall there. And he's going to lose a couple positions due to that. Actually, that was actually Shane Minish, not Josh Kiwis. I'm sorry. Still trying to get all of these drivers' numbers figured out by heart. And it looks like our lead pack is kind of settled in now. Not too much battling for position going on. Probably trying to just get a nice green flag run in there. Let's go ahead and look at Frank DiMaggio in the 95 car. Started off in 26th, currently 21st. He is 2 laps down, so he got caught up. I believe he got caught up in that early accident. We still have a few people that never came back, it looks like, from that accident. Dane Cruz, Cole Gray, Robert Lukens. Marquis Smith looks like he did not recover from, I believe it was the 95 car of Frank DiMaggio that he got tied up with when he was our leader for a brief period of time. Curtis Granger, let's go ahead and see if we can't take a look at his car. We're showing him in the 15th position currently. Keith Calhoun now in the 99 machine. He's unfortunately been caught up in a couple of wrecks. Oh, and we've got a caution out. Let's go ahead and see if we can't figure out what happened there. Oh, we've got somebody flipped. Who is that? The 28? It's going to be a 28 car, Marvin Turnmeyer Jr. See if we can't rewind even a little bit more and figure out what happened. Don't really know why it's not letting me zoom in on Marvin there. Don't know if that was a cause of someone blinking or what, but definitely was a gnarly little accident there. Trying to figure out who else was tied up in it. See if we can't get a replay off of one of their replays. Is that the 87 car maybe? A Wilroy card? It is. See if we cannot rewind him and get a better idea of how this caution played out. But it doesn't look like I'm going to have any record of it, unfortunately. Let's go and put far chase camera on. And I lost it. Not entirely sure what happened there, everybody. Wouldn't be surprised if the 87 car was blinking out, though. We have seen him blink a couple times this race, and that could have been the cause of that accident. Let's go ahead and bring us live and look at JW Miller, who is going to be our leader coming down pit road. See what he's doing. Looks like it might just be a fuel and tire stop. We have the 93 of Jason Gardner coming down pit road as well. That is going to leave the 84 car of Jacob Locklear as your leader, I believe. About 35 laps into the Daytona 200 for the Slide Jawb Race League 87 Thunder Series. See if we cannot see what the pace car is doing. Maybe go ahead and grab another driver for a caution interview. And it looks like lights are off on the pace car. Spent too much time finding that replay, so we'll have to catch up with the drivers on the next caution. Let's go ahead and look at the race summary real quick. We've had 6 cautions with 10 caution laps. So we've had 25 laps green flags ran. About 66 laps left, and we have had 10 lead changes. Brandon Holycross was our leader for a brief moment in time. Got tied up, I believe, in that accident with Marquis Smith and Frank DiMaggio, and lost quite a bit of position. But we'll see if he can't keep it clean and maybe work his way out of the hole that he is currently in. I believe we're going green flag here any moment now. Pace car is off. Yes, we are. We have 84 of Jacob Locklear, 36 J.W. Miller, and the 5 of Robert Land as your 1, 2, and 3. That 35 machine of Doyle Lawrence is in 9th place, it looks like. Oh, 16th place, actually. Not sure what he got caught up in, but wasn't a great thing for him, as we have the 87 blinking again. Popped up out of nowhere right in front of Lawrence. That could have been another accident. Let's go ahead and zoom in on the 77 car of Curtis Granger with that blockbuster paint scheme and get this race summary out of our way. Ooh, and the 45 car gets up into the wall. Hopefully he doesn't come down into the 27. It doesn't look like he did. It's going to be Andy Moore, who is now in 31st or 15th position. Started off in 31st. And we have Julio Cesar Campanoni taking that spot away from him. Andy Moore following down the 16th after that little brush with the wall. Let's see if Julio can't hold him off and keep that 15th, or maybe work together to catch the rest of that pack. Still ahead and follow into Keith Calhoun now in our 99. Still got some damage on that rear end, and we've got some puffs of smoke coming up. Still thinking that's from the 87 blinking though, as I don't see anybody getting sideways or wrecking. Let's go ahead and look at the 37 car, Joey Marquardt. Currently in 3rd place, or currently in 9th place, started 3rd, my apologies. Was having a great race till they got caught up in that wreck 20 or so laps ago. And it looks like J.W. Miller was kind of running away for a second, but actually it looks like he is running away quite a bit. We have Jason Gardner in the 93 in 2nd place now, and Robert Land in 3rd. A couple of these cars up with the lead pack are in fact more or less lap down cars. And it looks like Jason Gardner is trying to take advantage of that 35 machine of Doyle and take that 1st place away from J.W. Miller, but it didn't quite work out there. We'll see how that shakes out over the next couple of turns. And yeah, definitely having a slight connection issue from J.W. Miller. Let's go ahead and focus on Jason Gardner, who is showing as your leader at this point in time. Pretty sad for that 35 car of Doyle Lawrence. He's obviously one of the faster machines, but he's going to be stuck there in the 14th position with the leaders right behind him trying to lap him. Oh, that 84 car is getting a little loose, keeps hitting the wall there. Looks like no harm, no foul, as the pack behind him still a couple seconds away. So that's not going to cost him too much, and he'll remain in the 4th position. Let's go ahead and take a look at Zach Probst now in the Retro McDonald's paint scheme. Currently in 8th position. Patrick Marquardt in 9th with that 37 machine right on his tail though. We'll see if the two of them can't work their way up to a top 5 position or maybe even higher. Caden Atkins, let's go ahead and take a look at him real quick. Don't think we have all race. Started 14th, currently in 7th. Right behind Dylan Parker. Looks like the 84 machine, I believe it is, of Jacob Locklear. It is heading down pit lane. Don't know if that scrape with the wall cost him some speed or maybe caused him to get a little loose, but looks like he's going to get that taken care of with some new tires to boot. As we go ahead and look at our lead pack again, we've got J.W. Miller in first, Jason Gardner in second with Robert Land in the Labatt's car in third. Along with Doyle Lawrence, who's just trying to stay on the lead lap and not get passed by these leaders, as the 36 car of J.W. Miller starts blinking out again. Unfortunately, Nuclear Bubble, it appears Marquis Smith drops. I'm showing him in pit lane about 29 laps down. Around lap 20, he got into it with Frank DiMaggio, who I believe was a lap down at the time, and Marquis Smith was leading, and I don't believe he ever returned after that wreck. See if we can't focus in on Bill Dart now real quick. He is all the way down in 24th, about 3 laps behind. Nobody else really around him to speak of. Actually appears we might have that lead lap coming up behind him more than we do a group of cars in front of him. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Classy Llama. Appreciate it very much. Along with you, Honks and ZPR24. Let's go ahead and look at our top 10 again real quick. Curtis Granger in the 77. He's leading that pack in 10th position with Davey Hendricks and Keith Calhoun behind him. As we go back to our leaders and looking at Jason Gardner there in the 93 machine. Sounded like someone might have gotten caught up into the wall behind this lead pack, but no caution was thrown. As that 7 appeared to lose the rear end a little bit. Luckily it did not come up into that J.W. Miller car. As J.W. Miller is still your first place leader and still blinking. But Jason Gardner is seeing what he has to say about that. 46 laps down, about 54 to go here at the Daytona 200. Race is about halfway done, and it appears we only got about half of our drivers left on the track. Even with that one quick repair, it doesn't seem like that was enough to keep most of the field on the track. We'll see if any of the Kiwi brothers or Marquis Smith come back and join us. Let's go ahead and look at Diego Asenso's real quick in the 9 machine. He is currently in 15th position, started 28th. Appears to have done a pretty decent job of keeping that car clean. We have a little bit of damage up on the front passenger side. But overall, the 9 machine is running pretty well as he actually works his way up to 11th. As it appears we might have, oh, nope, just a little bit of a blinking connection issue. Zach Probst now working his way up to 7th. Has a few tenths of a second gap between him and Caden Atkins, and as well as Dylan Parker there. But doing pretty good to work his way up from the 35th to top 5 position and keep that car clean. I don't think we've seen Zach Probst caught up in an accident left. Hopefully I didn't just jinx him, but we will see. We have the Joey Marquardt snap-on machine right behind Probst, and we've seen him running pretty fast all day today, even with that damage on the rear end of the vehicle. It looks like Robert Land, something happened there, and he was able to get a couple tenths of a second on Jason Gardner, as well as J.W. Miller. I wonder if that Gardner machine is on the outside. Don't really see it. There we go. Oh no, the 5 machine of Robert Land gets into the wall. That's J.W. Miller by. I don't even think he was able to lead a whole lap. That's got to be upsetting for Robert Land there. And it appears the 35 of Doyle Lawrence is going to be heading down pit lane. As we see that 21 Bush machine of Eric Mickey behind Robert Land in 4th. You can also see the Caden Atkins, the Dylan Parker, and Zach Probst not too far behind. It actually looks like the 21 machine is making a good run on the 5, and he is going to take 3rd position there from the 5th machine, from the 5 machine rather. And we are now on lap 50, about halfway through this Daytona 200. It's a nice battle brewing there between Dylan Parker and Eric Mickey for the 3rd position. And it looks like that group might have newer tires or something. As the 5 machine and the 21 machine, or the 21 machine and the 48 machine, I'm sorry, working pretty good together to take over Jason Gardner and J.W. Miller for the 1st and 2nd positions respectively, and they're able to do it. Eric Mickey is your new leader, followed by Dylan Parker, Jason Gardner, Robert Land. J.W. Miller actually just fell all the way to the 8th position. He came down pit road, probably getting new tires after getting overtaken pretty easily by the Mickey Parker crowd there. Go look at the 93 car of Jason Gardner, still in 3rd position. Started in 2nd. He's been running pretty fast all day, and it's pretty rare we have not seen him in the top 5. So hopefully he can keep it up for the next 50 or so laps. Got a little bit of movement going there. Robert Land falls down to 5th as Caden Atkins takes that position. Looks like he might have headed down pit road. Zach Probst is also down pit road, actually just exiting it. Probably taking 4 tires, as it appears we're going to have a set of green flag pits from most of the field. We have Eric Mickey, Jason Gardner, and Joey Marquardt now as your top 3. 37 machine making his way back, as it appears the 21 of Eric Mickey, the 93 of Gardner, and the 37 of Marquardt all head down pit lane. Let's see if the 37 machine takes care of that damage at all, maybe burns a fast repair or what. And he is in fact going to use that fast repair and take care of that damage now, so we are going to have to keep our eye on Joey Marquardt in that 37 Chevrolet, as he is definitely going to be one of your faster cars. The 93 machine beats him out of pit road by quite a few seconds now, as Jason Gardner exits and appears to stay in 2nd place. Tanner Long is going to be your current leader in the 42 machine. This is going to be his first lap led. Actually, we'll see if that is going to be his first lap led, as it appears he too is going to be heading down pit lane, and might give Jason Gardner his position back. As Caden Atkins, Dylan Parker are coming out of turn 4 now, and will probably be your 1 and 2. And they are. Caden Atkins, Dylan Parker, Tanner Long. Oh, nope. Zach Probst now takes the 3rd position from Tanner Long, with the 93 of Jason Gardner not far behind him. And it looks like Joey Marquardt's made it out of the pit lane as well. He's currently in 7th position, seeing if he can't catch up to the 21 car of Eric Mickey. Definitely a little bit separating the two of them, so it's going to be a little bit of work for Joey to catch up, as it appears most of our field is going to be relatively split up. We definitely have a battle heating up between the 48 and the 2 car for first place. But shy of that, it seems like our field's going to be pretty spread out. The one pack we do have there appears to be the 5 car and the 35 car of Robert Land and Doyle Lawrence. I'm seeing if they can't work together to maybe catch up to this 37 car of Joey Marquardt. Let's go ahead and look at Caden Atkins in that battle that was brewing. I'm not quite sure what happened, but it looks like Atkins is pulling away from Dylan Parker in that 48 machine. About a second separating the two of them now. And there is going to be a caution. I think that might have been Keith Calhoun. Let's see if we can't catch up with him there. That is in fact going to be Keith Calhoun. Let's go ahead and rewind it a little bit and see what happened there. He might have got up into the wall, and again, it looks like I'm losing people on these replays. Don't know if this is a server issue or what, but Keith Calhoun definitely got caught up in something there. It looks like it might have been the JW car as part of that as well. Yep, something happened to the 99 car there. Not quite sure what. As we lose connection with him again, and someone just takes him out. I believe that was the JW Miller car. Oh, nope, it was not. It was some other yellow machine. Not quite sure who that was. Let's go ahead and take us live, though. That was a pretty solid green flag run. Let's go ahead and check the race summary real quick. I want to say that was about a 20 lap run, and that was the 87 car, not the JW car. Who is in the 87 machine? That's Will Roy Carr. Let's go ahead and try to rewind Will and see if we can't see from his perspective what happens to the 99 of Keith Calhoun to throw that caution. Nope. It appears that that knowledge is just going to be lost to the world. See if we can't get Keith in the booth for a quick minute. Can't tell if these lights are out on the pace car or not, though, before I interrupt the drivers. Currently have Jason Gardner as your leader. J.W. Miller second. Joey Marquardt, the 37 machine, working his way up to third. As long as this pace car doesn't jump into pit road here at the end of this lap, I'll see if we can't get Keith Calhoun in to talk about what happened there, seeing as we can't quite catch a good replay of it. Take a look at that Jason Gardner avatar in this 87. What is he driving? The Ford Thunderbird. Finally coming out of turn 4 here. It does look like the lights are off on the pace car, so I do believe we're going to be going green here. Unfortunately, not going to get the opportunity to talk to Keith, but we will see what happens. Pace car is off in the pit lane. We're going to be going green here on lap 58 for the Slide Jawb Race League 87 Thunder Series. Jason Gardner is off. J.W. Miller not very far behind him. Joey Marquardt in third. Zach Probst in fourth. As the 36 JW car is still blinking, it's probably going to cause a bit of frustration for Joey Marquardt in that 37. We see the 93 machine holding that inside line pretty well. Atkins trying to fight Probst for that fourth position. They've been fighting all day with Dylan Parker not very far behind them. It looks like the JW machine might have that run on the 93 of Gardner for first place. Atkins not far behind them. took the third position away from the 37 of Joey. And that 36 is still a blinking. Nice little lead pack there of 6 cars. All of them have been pretty fast all race. See who can keep it clean and stay up there for another 40 laps. Looks like Gardner was your leader by just a hair there for lap 60. And, oh no, I don't know what happened to Zach Gardner there, but he's tying up with the 37 machine, and Zach Probst gets caught up as well. That might be 93's day. I believe we have already watched him use his fast repair. Let's try to back up and slow-mo what happened there. Got the 37 blinking there. Jason Gardner right next to him. Looks like he just got up down into that apron a little bit and got loose. Joey Marquardt wasn't able to check up in time and tapped him a little bit. And then everything just kind of spiraled out of control there. Really bad for Zach Probst. Unfortunate series of events for the 94 car. Hopefully he's got another fast repair. Working his way up from 30 to the top 5 and been fighting to stay there all day. See if we cannot find the Gardner or Joey Marquardt to bring down in here to talk to. Do not see Joey. Just go ahead and bring it live here real quick. Jason Gardner now in 12th position. J.W. Miller is going to be your leader. Zach Probst now still in 5th. Let's try to take a look at what kind of damage he may have sustained. That front end does look quite crumpled up. Wonder how that's going to affect the aerodynamics of his car. And we still have lights on the pace car. Let's see if we can't grab Zach Probst and talk to him about how he feels after that accident. Hey there, Zach. It's Travis in the broadcast booth. How you doing?
I was doing pretty good up until that last incident.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for you, man. You did a good job working your way up from 30th position to staying in the top 10, top 5, battling the rest of those cars. Didn't look like there was much that you could do from our perspective there to get out of that way.
All I could have done was checked up more, but I might have gotten run over. Sucks, but he had no control over.
Right, yeah, it looked like the Gardner car just got into the apron and got loose, and Joey wasn't able to check up in time. How's your car handling? You thinking to be able to get another 40 or so laps out of it, or?
Yeah, I'm not down any RPMs, so it should be pretty good. I only had 30 seconds of damage, so see how it handles.
Good to hear. Well, we have lights out in the pace car, so I will let you get back to doing what you do and bring you back up with Jason Gardner. Thanks for the time, Zach, and good luck the rest of the race.
Yeah, thanks.
And we have Davey Hendricks now is showing as your leader in the 38 machine, followed right behind by the Robert Land car, the 5 Labatt, and J.W. Miller back there in 3rd position. Dylan Parker not far behind in 48th, and Caden Atkins in 5. Still having a little bit of a blink in there from the 36. I'm sure that's kind of giving everybody a headache. Your pace car is off. Davey Hendricks is going to be your leader going green flag here on lap 63 at Daytona. We have the 35 of Doyle Lawrence currently in 11th, a lap down, working the inside. And it looks like Caden Atkins just got caught up in something. Oh, that's not going to be too fun for him. Let's see what happened there. Let's go ahead and get into a different camera angle there. Slow it down a little bit. Looks like the 45 machine might have tapped the 3 machine, and it was just a series of unfortunate events. Not much Atkins can do there, but on the plus side, it does not look like he's taken too much damage from it. So while he has lost a handful of positions, it looks like he's probably going to be able to stay in this race. That 45 car, on the other hand, though, of Andy Moore, he was already a couple laps down. I'm assuming he's used his fast repair already. Looks like we might be calling it a day for Andy Moore as we go ahead and bring it back to our leader, Davey Hendricks, and going live. Let's go ahead and take a look at our standings real quick. Davey Hendricks currently in first with that Ford Thunderbird, followed by J.W. Miller and Robert Land in second and third respectively. Dylan Parker in fourth, Eric Mickey in fifth, Bruce Pearson in sixth, Tanner Long in seventh, Diego Asensos in eighth, Zach Probst still in ninth place even after that accident a couple laps ago, and Caden Atkins is still in 10th even after that accident we just saw. We have Joey Marquardt showing a lap down all of a sudden in 12th. I'm not entirely sure what's up with that. Maybe he got caught up in that accident, or maybe he had pitted under green while that caution was thrown. There we go. We're not showing him a lap down anymore. Not entirely sure what was going on there. Let's advance the grid now. We'll see Doyle Lawrence 14th, Keith Calhoun 15th, and all the way through 27th position there, we start seeing our lap down cars. Wonder if Joey's going to get that damage fixed up on his rear end. Let's get these standings out of our way to see what's going on there, as Atkins looks to have drastically overshot his pit box. And yeah, it looks like Joey is not going to be taking any tires, but it appears he's just getting some work banged up, bodies panels banged out on his car. And that's going to give Dylan Parker, oh nope, I lied. I thought that was going to give Dylan Parker a chance for the lead, but it is still actually in possession of J.W. Miller. 30 laps led so far for Miller. Believe he is definitely our laps led leader at the moment, as we are through 66 of 100 here at Daytona for the Slide Jawb Race League 87 Thunder Series. And lights are off on the pace car. I believe the pace car will be off in the pit lane here, and will be off for lap 67 of 100 here with J.W. Miller as your leader at Daytona. And we are green, 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 green here at Daytona, with J.W. Miller still blinking a little bit. Looks like we've only got about 14 cars or so still on the lead lap out of our rather large field here. Like I said, these Daytona and Talladega super speedways are known for accidents, and these 87 cars are relatively new, so there's not a lot of experience under these drivers' belts, only having these cars be a couple weeks old. As Dylan Parker makes a move on the outside and takes it, he is going to be our new leader. Let's see if he can hold it from J.W. Miller, as Frank DiMaggio, I believe, currently in... can't tell what place he's in, but he's a couple laps down. 3 laps down, 17th place, that 95 DuPont of DiMaggio, who was behind Dylan Parker, who could not hold on to that leader position through that lap, as J.W. Miller takes it and appears to start running away from it with the help of the 35 of Doyle Lawrence. Let's go ahead and take a look at Zach Probst and how he is doing. Currently in 8th position, trying to catch up to the number 20 car of Bruce Pearson in 7th position. But I believe directly in front of him is Julio Campanoni, currently in 21st, about 6 laps down. And it looks like Julio moves out of the way to give Zach the inside there. Pretty nice. We still have puffs of smoke coming from the JW machine. And it looks like Davey Hendricks, Dylan Parker were both able to pass JW Miller, as Davey Hendricks is going to be your leader. Lap down cars of Frank DiMaggio and Doyle Lawrence ahead of him. We have seen Frank be a lap down and catch an accident with the leader already back around lap 20 something with Marquise Smith. So we'll see how this shakes up, having the lap down DiMaggio running with the leaders. We see Keith Calhoun running with the leaders as well there in the 99 machine. He's currently 1 lap down in the 12th position after whatever happened in that last caution that we just weren't unable to see. Davey Hendricks is just getting surrounded by lap down cars now. Let's go ahead and take a look behind, see if we can't see how far Dylan Parker is away from him. Dylan Parker fell quite a bit from him, about 1.25 seconds separating him and the leader at this moment. Even more than that, 1.5 seconds I'm seeing. We have a caution flag out though. Not quite sure what happened there. Showing that it might have been the 87 car as the cause of this caution. But as we've been experiencing most of the day, for whatever reason, trying to catch these cautions on replays is just not working. So it looks like we may be up to guessing what happened. See if we can't catch anyone going down pit lane as we go live. Just under 30 laps to go here at Daytona for the Slide Jawb Race League 87 Thunder Series opener. Davey Hendricks, Dylan Parker, Robert Land going to be your 1, 2, 3. Eric Mickey, Tanner Long, Bruce Pearson is your 4, 5, 6 with Zach Probst in 7th place. Able to take that 8th position away from Atkins. We have the pace car coming out of turn 4. I'm assuming pits are going to be open. Let's see if anyone dives down. Fuel, tires, or damage. Looks like we are going to have our leader in Davey Hendricks come down, as well as most of the field. There's Zach Probe. See if he can't get some work done on it. Caden Atkins doesn't look too bad. Gardner has some issues. And it does look like maybe JW Miller in the 11th position now might have been the cause of that caution. Not quite sure when he lost all those positions. So that could be what happened there. But like I said, we are having a server issue or a connection issue or something. And getting a hold of these replays has been kind of difficult. We do have the 93 car of Gardner looking pretty torn up as well. Trying to find him, see what position he's at. Jason Gardner started in 2nd, currently 14th, getting a lot of work done. Let's see if we can't zoom or rewind on him. See if he wasn't maybe part of this caution. Does not look like it. Don't know where he picked up all that damage at. But it looks like it was a couple laps ago. As we're going to go ahead and go live there and look at Tanner Long, who is currently your leader again, with 1 lap led under his belt. The Doyle Lawrence 35 and Keith Calhoun machine 99 are ahead of him. Both of them are at least 1 lap down. And it looks like the lights are off on the pace car. So we will get to watch Tanner Long fight to keep Bruce Pearson and Davey Hendricks behind him. We'll see how long he can do it for, as we are green. Green, green, green here, lap 72 of 100 at Daytona Motor Speedway. Bruce Pearson in the 20 car is your second place position behind Tanner Long. Hey there, Catfish. Glad you were able to join us. Hope work didn't keep you too long. Hope you were able to get out a little bit early. I know doing physical inventory is not the most fun thing in the world. Hopefully we'll be able to catch you less next week in the race. I believe 38 people started the race, Catfish. We're currently down to about 14 or so on the lead lap, and about 20 or so cars still running. We have anywhere from 15 to 18 in the pits. A lot of them 30 or so laps down. Tanner Long did lose position to Dylan Parker and Davey Hendricks. Davey Hendricks is in the lead yet again. As we have another caution flag out here on lap 74. And I'm showing Zach Probst as your leader somehow. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. Maybe they gave him a waiver on for something and he got a lap ahead. But I believe Davey Hendricks is actually going to be your leader. And yes, he is, as Probst falls to second and third and continues to fall. Let's go ahead and take a look at our race summary so far. 11 cautions with 18 caution laps. That means we've got about 60 laps green, which is pretty good for a race at Daytona. We've had 26 lead changes. It has been going back and forth. Currently, Davey Hendricks has been the favorite the last 10 laps or so. That's probably because all of our other leaders have been unable to keep it clean. We saw Marquis Smith get taken out by the lap Frank DiMaggio car earlier on in lap 20. J.W. Miller's been in the lead for about 30 or 40 laps of the race, but he's been having some connection issues and blinking that's caused an accident or two. I believe he's already utilized his fast repair. We had the 93 car of Jason Gardner was in the lead for quite a while too, but he's currently fallen back to 14th after getting tied up in an accident. Same with Caden Atkins there in the 2 car that he just passed. It's been an interesting race here at Daytona. It seems keeping it clean has been the most important aspect of the race so far, as we have another pit lane party here after that caution. A lot of guys not even taking tires or anything at this point, because we've had a few cautions back to back, but rather just getting some of that damage taken care of on their cars, trying to get that aerodynamics straightened out. Bruce Pearson now in the number 20 machine, the Ford Thunderbird, is going to be your new leader as everyone else heads down pit road. Let's go ahead and get that race summary out of the way there. Doyle Lawrence in the 35 machine is showing second place now. He's stayed out on most of these cautions and the last green flag run pit stop, I believe, as well, and was able to make up that lap down that he was. Eric Mickey, we watched him in the lead for a little bit there. He was working really well with Dylan Parker and was able to pass the J.W. Miller car for quite some time. He is currently in the 3rd position, followed by Dylan Parker, who seems to be working with the 21 machine to get that draft going here at Daytona. Jason Gardner still getting some work done there on that 93 car. It looks like Zach Probst might be as well. He does not look to be connected right now. Not entirely sure what happened there. We have Frank DiMaggio in the 95 machine. We're still showing him about 2 laps down, and we do have lights off on the pace car already. I thought we still had one more lap to go, but maybe not. As the pace car goes in the pit lane, we have Bruce Pearson, your number 24 Thunderbird, as your leader. And we're going green here on lap 76 at Daytona. See how long this Bruce Pearson can hold off Doyle Lawrence and Eric Mickey. As Lawrence makes the move on the inside, he takes the inside lane and he is off. Doyle Lawrence is going to be your leader here yet again, after spending the last 15 or 20 laps or so trying to work his way up from being a lap down or just about a lap down. I don't believe the leaders ever actually passed him, but they were right on his tail. And we see the 21 machine of Eric Mickey on that outside, battling the 35 of Doyle for first, and looks like he has it by at least a tenth of a second or so, if not more. And we've got some smoke, but I think that was just the JW machine blinking again. No accidents there, as 21 is going to be your leader for lap 77 there. See how long we can hold it. About 3/4 of the way done here at Daytona. 25 laps to go. About 17 or so cars here still out on the track. We started with a pretty deep field of 38, but due to accidents that has obviously dwindled as the race moves on. We've got the 36 of J.W. Miller working it outside, trying to make a move on the 21 of Eric Mickey, but just didn't quite have the speed going into that turn, so Mickey's going to stay in first as we are coming out of turn 4. And we get a little bit of blinky blink again from that J.W. Miller machine. See if we can't follow him real quick and take a look. Of course that's not going to work. I got some custom camera angles set up, but sometimes they don't want to trigger. Let's go ahead and look at the rear of Eric Mickey's car. Got the 35 of Doyle Lawrence right behind him. And that 36 on the outside line is getting awfully close, as 35 thinks about taking it 3 wide for a minute, I think, but thinks better of it. And that pack of top 4, oh, and 48 of Dylan Parker gets close there. Might have tagged the wall a bit and lost some speed. Hopefully he can catch that draft and get back up. We've definitely got that 35 of Doyle Lawrence getting a little bit of speed from the draft, as Dylan Parker is as well able to catch back up to that pack. J.W. Miller definitely preferring that higher middle line, whereas the 21 and 35 of Eric Mickey and Doyle Lawrence respectively have been running that inside line all day. It's definitely just a matter of what you prefer. Looks like the 93 car of Jason Gardner finally made out of the pits, but he is going to be a lap down. He's been having a good race all day. Sad to see him fall a lap down so late in the race. Hopefully things shake out for him and he can catch back up. We have Eric Mickey still as your leader, and Dylan decides to take it 3 wide. Hopefully he does make it through just before the turn. Thought things might get interesting there for a brief second. But Dylan Parker is able to pass J.W. Miller for that 3rd position and that outside line to see what he can't make happen against that 21 and 35 machines working together there. Looks like Zach Probst might have retired. If so, he currently have him in the 20th position. Sad to see him get caught up in that wreck with, I believe it was Joey I can't pronounce his name, Marquardt. And it looks like he might have retired too. And if so, he'll be finishing the race in 22nd. Unfortunate series of events for that 94 and 37 cars. They were running a hell of a race and just weren't able to get out of the way of the accidents happening in front of them. 21 machine of Mickey, still your leader, as J.W. Miller tries to make a move on the outside of the 35 car of Doyle Lawrence. getting awfully close there, but manages to keep it clean, and he's got some speed heading into the next turn. He might be able to take the first position away from Eric Mickey, and it looks like he does. J.W. Miller appears to be your new leader. We'll see how long he can hold on to it and see what the 21 car of Eric Mickey has to say about it. And again, we get some blinking from the J.W. Miller machine. I'm sure causing some frustration for that 48 car of Dylan Parker. About 15 laps to go here at Daytona. Would be pretty amazing if we could finish under green. Let's see if we can't grab a position of someone other than Miller as we keep losing him. We'll go back to looking at the 21 machine of Eric Mickey, who keeps battling the J.W. Miller car. They are neck and neck. Let's go ahead and look at the rear of the 21 machine and watch Doyle Lawrence, who looks to move off in the pit lane. No longer battling Dylan Parker, who's taking advantage of it. Looks like he wants to take things 3 wide. Maybe not 3 wide, as he's just getting behind that 36 car of J.W. Miller, who is now your leader by a couple tenths of a second. .48 of Dylan Parker getting a nice little run, but looks to have gotten a little loose there. Had the speed going into the turn, but I think he lost a little bit. Don't know when the last time he pitted was, so maybe those tires are starting to become a bit of a factor. That does not look like that's going to be a great angle to utilize. .36 of J.W. Miller, 21 of Eric Mickey, 48 of Dylan Parker's your 1, 2, 3 as Parker moves into the second position. Mickey moves down to the fourth now as Davey Hendricks in the 38 takes the third place, and Parker's, who briefly was your leader, 28, 38, and 48 going 3 wide there. Dylan Parker falls down into the fourth position. Actually down into the fifth position as Caden Atkins moves up in that 2 car. Think I might have heard someone get into somebody there, but I still see a green flag flying, so we've still got racing here at Daytona. Sorry for the loss of voice there. Oh no, 38 car gets up into the 21, and that is just a wreck fest real quick. 77 of Curtis Granger gets caught up into it too. Let's see if we can't rewind and see exactly what happened. That's going to shake things up for the rest of the race. Wonder who still has their fast repairs. So we have the 38, 36, and 21 getting out of turn 4, 3 wide, going into the next turn here. It looks like the 38 lost it just a little bit. Tried to save it and just gets up into the 21 car of Eric Mickey. That's going to be a bad day. Collects Dylan Parker just a little bit and absolutely wrecks the 77 of the blockbuster car, Curtis Granger. Hopefully the 21 machine is still okay and able to finish the race, or even ideally still has a fast repair. Let's go ahead and go live now. I'm showing J.W. Miller, Caden Atkins, and Dylan Parker, your 1, 2, and 3, as we go ahead and catch up to the pace car. Trying to see if any of those involved are available for a quick interview. See if we can't get Dylan Parker down here real quick.
Try.
Hey there, Dylan. It's Travis in the broadcast booth. How's it going?
Not too good right now.
Not too good right now. How's that car handling after getting collected in that wreck?
Seems like I got a little engine damage, and I'm not gonna have enough time to fix it all.
Oh no, that's so sorry to hear, man. You were having a great race.
Yeah.
Prior to that, though, how was the car handling?
It was pretty good. I tried to save tire sets for the end of the race, and it was pretty easy to get through the pack, so I saved handling pretty good.
Good to hear. We're sorry to hear that your car is not handling too well. It was a great race. It was fun watching you. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to that might be watching the broadcast or watching the replay later?
Yeah, iRacing, Slide Jawb Racing, and just everyone that's watching right now.
All right. Well, thank you much, Dylan. So sorry you aren't going to be able to finish the race, but we will catch you next week.
See ya.
And that was Dylan Parker, everybody. Was having a great race. Was leading for quite some time there. Definitely had the opportunity for the win. However, as we heard from him, it does not seem like he's going to be able to finish this race. It's going to be pretty rough. I am showing Caden Atkins as your leader, and Keith Calhoun actually was a lap down for the longest, but it appears he might actually be in second position after that little scuffle that happened. Let's see if the lights are off on the pace car. They are. We're not going to get the opportunity to bring Keith here for an interview, but we are going to have 10 laps of green flag racing, hopefully, as we are off at Daytona with Caden Atkins as your first position. Keith Calhoun, Robert Land in 2 and 3 as we go ahead and make it into turn 1. J.W. Miller now working his way in the second position, trying to catch up to Caden Atkins. We've seen J.W. Miller in first all day long. 38 laps led so far as he takes it away from Caden Atkins. We're now showing Keith Calhoun in fourth, Eric Mickey in third. Glad that the 21 car didn't sustain too much damage there like Dylan Parker did. Looks to be running pretty okay now. Caden Atkins right on that bumper of the 36 car, catching that draft as we start getting a connection issue there with him. Saw some smoke, but I think that was just because of JW blinking as we go ahead and follow Caden Atkins in that Ford Thunderbird, trying to make a move, staying on the inside line. We've got Eric Mickey in the third, trying to run the high lane. And we're about to be through 93 laps at Daytona. Going to be 7 laps to go here. J.W. Miller, Caden Atkins, Eric Mickey, your 1, 2, and 3. Keith Calhoun not very far behind in the 99. Looks like Caden Atkins got a little loose there. As it appears we're coming up pretty quickly on the 93 machine of Jason Gardner. He was able to get back out onto the racetrack. We're showing him 3 laps down as the 21 machine tries to stay on that outside line. And oh, don't know what happened there with the 36. I'm sure Eric Mickey's butt cheek puckered there just a little bit, thinking 36 was going to come down into him, because mine certainly did. As we are showing Caden Atkins, Eric Mickey, Keith Calhoun, your 1, 2, and 3. 36 of J.W. Miller is now in 4th position. Oh, and Caden Atkins in the 21 machine of Eric almost touch. Just barely avoid it, as we're about to have 5 laps to go here at Daytona. Caden Atkins, Eric Mickey, the 2 and 21 car, battling it out. The 36 of J.W. Miller is trying to get the 21 out of his way. He's definitely been one of the faster cars all day here. Let's see if he can make a move with 5 laps to go. J.W. Miller now in second position. Our top 4, top 5 have seemed to go single file now. Not really that big of a pack as we see Dylan Parker getting out of the pits, passing Gardner as well. .36 of J.W. Miller is trying to eke out the 21 machine. Half a car length or so separating them. Caden Atkins right on the 21 machine's bumper, seeing if he's not going to be able to position himself to make a move here. Mickey Miller, Atkins, Hendricks, Calhoun's going to be your top 5 at this moment. 5 laps to go here. Still getting a bit of the blinking off of that J.W. Miller machine. Calhoun now moving in the 4th. Oh, no, back in the 5th. Him and Hendricks are battling it out hard. We've also got the 5 machine of Robert Land in 6th position. Don't count him out. He's been running up with the top of the pack all night long. As we're going with 4 laps to go now, 21 machine Mickey is your leader. Mickey Atkins Miller, 21, 2, and 36 is your 1, 2, and 3. As Atkins moves into first position now. 4 to go. Oh no, Calhoun in 38 getting the J.W. Miller of the 36 with 4 laps to go. Not quite sure what happened there. Let's go ahead and rewind it. No, I'm looking for Calhoun. Already missed it there. Let's back up just a smidge. Wonder if that blinkiness of J.W. Miller had any effect, but it looks like Calhoun came up into the 38. Don't know if he thought that he was clear or what. But that blinking of the 36 definitely could have played a part. Looks like Calhoun managed to save it. We are currently showing him in 3rd. Let's go ahead and take it live again. Still showing Atkins as your leader, followed by the 21 of Eric Mickey, 99 Keith Calhoun, and the 5 of Robert Land in 4th. So take a look at the race suit there of Caden Atkins. And we do have some people heading down pit lane. We're going to see the 77 of Curtis Granger. The J.W. Miller car, who was battling it out for first place, does not think like he's going to be able to continue as he heads down pit lane, and we're now showing him all the way down in 9th position. And yeah, as Catfish just mentioned in the chat, it is very stressful being around blinking cars. You've already got enough things you're trying to calculate and to take into account, and the last thing you need is trying to guess where someone's going to be. It's never a good place to be next to a blinking car. And we are looking at Eric Mickey. They're currently behind Caden Atkins, sitting in 2nd place with that 21 Chevy machine. Let's see where the lights are off on the pace car yet or not. Lights are off on the pace car. We currently have 2 laps to go. Not much time for anybody to make a move, but still plenty of time to see a good fight between Atkins, Mickey, and Calhoun. Like I said, don't count out Robert Land or Davey Hendricks, who are currently in the 4th and 5th positions respectively. They've been running pretty fast all day as well. And it looks like our pace car is going to be off. The green flag is going to be dropping here any minute. We are green here, 2 laps to go at Daytona. Number 2 car of Caden Atkins is currently your leader. And Calhoun's looking to pass the 21 car of Eric Mickey, and he does. We currently have Atkins and Calhoun, with the 5 car of Robert Land now moving into the 3rd position. Atkins, Calhoun, Land, Mickey is your 1, 2, 3, 4. And, the 38 machine might have gotten to the 77 there of Granger. Does not look like a caution flag's thrown. They were able to get down instead of everybody's way. We currently have Caden Atkins, Keith Calhoun, and Robert Land as your 1, 2, and 3. Who is it going to be? Can Keith Calhoun make a move here and be our winner at Daytona? And it does not look like Keith Calhoun was able to make it. We are showing Caden Atkins as your leader, followed by Keith Calhoun in 2nd and Eric Mickey in 3rd place. Let's go ahead and see if we have a Mr. Caden Atkins there to drag into the broadcast booth. We do. Hey there, Caden. It's Travis in the broadcast booth. How you feeling? Caden, do you happen to have a copy? He is speechless with joy, Catfish. It does not look like I have a good connection there with our winner, Caden Atkins. Let's go ahead and move him back to where he was and see if we can't maybe grab our 2nd place finisher, Eric Mickey, actually. No, I thought it was Keith Calhoun. Let's go ahead and take a look at the standings. I'm getting conflicting results. I am showing Eric Mickey actually taking 2nd position with Robert Land taking 3rd. I'm showing Keith Calhoun all the way down. Where is he at? In 7th position. From what I saw, it was Keith Calhoun in 2nd. But your unofficial standings I have on the screen are telling me otherwise. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get Keith down here. Hey there, Keith. It's Travis in the broadcast booth. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man? It's going great.
Yeah, good to hear. Looks like you got 2nd position, correct?
Uh, I would have, but I got the incident limit penalty, like at that last final caution. So while I did finish 2nd, I pushed my teammate to the win. It bumped me back to 7th place because I still had that penalty.
Gotcha. I was trying to figure out what happened there because I was showing you in 7th position on my standings, but I was like, I swore I saw him finish 2nd.
No, yeah. So Eric took my spot in 2nd, and Robert lands in 3rd.
Gotcha. Well, it was a good race. Glad you were able to catch up. We saw you a lap down, I believe, at one point.
I thought it was going to be impossible to get the lap back, but got lucky, and just proves you can race your way back. So that was cool.
Good to hear. How do you feel about the race today and how the cars were handling? How do you feel for next week?
Oh, it's a blast. I love these cars at Daytona and Dega. They're so fun, but they're a handful for sure. Next week, I won't make the next 2 races because I'm moving, but I'm gonna be watching your stream, and I hope it's a good one.
All right, well, thank you very much, Keith. I'm going to go ahead and drag you back up there and see if we can't get a hold of Eric for interview as well.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for broadcasting.
Hey there, Eric. It is Travis in the broadcast booth. How's it going?
Hey, pretty good. How you doing yourself?
Pretty good. Probably not as good as you, though, with that second place finish. You had a pretty fast car all night, and we're doing pretty good. Tell me about the race from your perspective.
Well, I mean, a lot of it was a lot of cautions, unfortunately, but you kind of have to take that with a grain of salt, being the first race with everyone together and in these cars, which are very different to drive. But those long runs that we were able to get were so much fun to drive. Way more fun than I've had at a Daytona race in a long, long time. So overall, the race was really fun looking back at how these things are going to drive. And the more we get used to them, the more races we do, we're going to get probably have even more fun. So overall, I could just sum it up as fun, and I'm glad to come out of here with second or third place. I'm not sure what happened with the results there at the end.
Yeah, we have you showing up at second place currently. Nice little push from Keith Calhoun there at the end. So we do have you in second place. How are you feeling for next week?
I'm not even sure what next week is.
I was hoping you would know. I don't have the schedule up with me either. But this week at least you were doing pretty good. We had you in first place for at least a few laps now. Any adjustments you plan on making to be able to get that first position for our Dega race, another super speedway?
Well, I definitely messed up the last restart there with the one to go. Definitely messed that up and just had probably the worst restart I had all night. So I know what I did wrong there. I'm still getting used to driving this car. This was the first race I've done in this car. Next week we look to be at Charlotte, so that'll be interesting to see these cars in a mile and a half. I haven't even touched them there, so see what that holds for us.
All right. Real quick here before I drag our third place finisher Robert Land up, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to that might be watching the stream or watching the replay later on YouTube?
Not in particular. Just want to give a big thanks to Keith and all the other admins who put this together and made the rules the way that they did and got the grid the size that they did. And even though there was a lot of stuff going on out there tonight, and no one really seemed to be having too much of a bad attitude about it. So I think that's a good sign moving forward. So I just want to thank them for putting this all together and you guys for broadcasting.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Eric. We look forward to watching your race next week and hope you do well.
Thank you. See you next week.
And we're going to bring in Robert Land here real quick. Hey there, Robert. It's Travis up in the broadcast booth. How's it going?
Hey, good. How about yourself?
Pretty good. It was an enjoyable race to watch. It's really crazy watching some of these accidents in these 87 cars and watching you guys trying to keep them under control. It seems pretty easy to get them loose. How do you feel about your third place position, though? You had a pretty fast car all day. Watched you in the lead pack quite often. How do you think your race ended up for you here at Daytona?
I'm pleasantly surprised with my finish. What a roller coaster of a race. I got put back quite a few times and just, I don't know, I just tried to work. I was very unforgiving on my tires. Like I probably couldn't have lasted there at the end. And I thought I got fourth at first, but 99 went to seventh. I don't really know what that was about, but super pumped. I had an awesome fun time. Thanks to my wife for like putting up with me doing this. And yeah, the race was fun.
Perfect, good to hear. Yeah, we actually did talk to Keith Calhoun. Apparently, he tapped somebody right before the finish line. I think it was his teammate there, Scott Mickey, and that gave him the incident limit, so he got a penalty, and it dropped him down to seventh right before he crossed the finish line.
Well, that sucks for him, but I'm happy to get a podium.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. You sound rather thrilled. I heard you mention your wife real quick before we wrap up. Is there anyone else you want to give a shout out to that might be watching the stream or the replay later on?
My friend Jason will probably never watch anything sim related, but hi bro if you ever find this video.
Perfect. Well, we look forward to watching you next week, Robert Land, and hopefully you get a top first place finish here at some point during the season.
Yeah, thanks.
And that is going to do it here, everybody, for our Week 1 race at Daytona for the 1987 Thunder Racing League with the Slide Jawb Race League crew. We will be back next week. Qualifying starts at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will be at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Until then, this is Great Lakes Speed TV, and we will see you then.